So welcome to HockeyShare. We're back. Video number 2. We got Chris Economo here, the goalie guru. He's out at the Goalie Guru facility out in Philadelphia area. And today we are going to talk about evaluating tracking on your goaltenders. So I think it's important before we jump into how to evaluate it, is Econ, we'd like to hear from you. Define tracking for us so that we know.
That's great. So tracking for a goalie is so important. The ability to follow the puck into your body and control it is everything. And a lot of times when I watch younger kids practice, they'll stand in the net, and if the puck hits them, it hits them, and if it doesn't, it goes in the net. Or they'll just drop and they'll say, well, I was in position and I did my job. Well, that's really not the case. Tracking is the ability to get your body in front of the net based on direct vision on the puck. Now, there are different types of tracking. You can track the puck on shots. You can track the puck on passes. You can track the puck, we call it rebound tracking. And I'll talk about those three things quickly and give you the short version of what that is so you understand where I'm going with the tracking talk. On shots, some goalies don't track it right off the blade. Some goalies don't track it all the way into their body. You have to be able to have the ability to, right off the blade, follow it all the way into your body. That gives you the best chance to control the puck. So some goalies will, and when I'm training guys, I'll actually watch their eyes and see if they're actually following the puck. And it's amazing that, they'll track it off the blade, and then the next thing you know, their eyes are straight away and the puck's close to their body, and they're not following it all the way into their glove, or they're not following it into their body. And even if they are making the save, again, it goes back to they're not controlling it. So that's why it's so important. The goalies that track the puck well, it's like being in the zone, right? The goalie that's in the zone is on that puck and is using direct vision, like lasers on the puck.
Yep, and not to interrupt, but is that the term that you hear thrown around, visual attachment? Is that what that really is,
Yes,
is referencing?
It's exactly it. So that's something that you can evaluate, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. But passes, there's tracking on passes also. So where if it was a shot and we're asking the goalie to track the puck all the way into the body, on passes, we're asking them to look ahead of the puck to the next location where it's going. So if you see a goalie just following the puck and just looking at the puck, the next thing you know, he's out of position because he doesn't know where he's going. He's got to look ahead of the puck. So on passing, you're tracking stick blades. You're not tracking the actual puck. Once the puck, it isn't a shot on goal and it's a pass, you're looking ahead of that so that you can get in better position to put yourself in the best spot to make a save.
So essentially, it's basically you're resetting your reference point based on where the pass recipient is, where his stick blade is. Is that correct?
Correct.
Excellent.
So, and then the third thing is rebound tracking, and that goes back to shots. A lot of times, if you watch your goalie and if he makes a save and the puck squirts off to the side of him, and then the goalie doesn't move right away, or he delays in how he plays that, he's not doing a good enough job tracking the puck into his body and then away from his body. As soon as it hits him, he should be, it's almost like a pass again. You're looking ahead of the puck so that you can attack the next location. And that gives, by rebound tracking the puck well, that gives the goalie the ability to make a good decision on how he arrives to the next location. Sometimes he stays down and he slides. If the puck squirts further away from him, he would get up and skate and try to establish his position that way. The goalies that just throw their body around like a rag doll, they aren't making those decisions mentally because they aren't doing a good enough job rebound tracking the puck.
Excellent. And so that also ties directly in with the attachment into the body, the visual attachment in, right, and then out, and then also goes kind of what we talked about in the passing of resetting your frame of reference.
Correct.
Excellent. Excellent. Those are great. It's just good to get that definition out there. And especially for the guys who aren't goalie coaches, I think it's important to like get a bigger, broader perspective on what that truly is. So now that we've got an idea of what tracking is, how do we start to evaluate that?
Oh, and it's first of all, I want to go back. It's a skill. Like, you have to be focused, and it's something you train all the time. Like, you have to stay in that mode, and you can work at it. Goalies can get better at it by doing it consistently. So evaluating it really is, if you're watching your goalie practice, you can look at his eyes and watch how he's reacting. And a goalie that's tracking the puck really well shows control or moves into the puck and has control of that situation. If he's just standing there and locking and the puck's hitting him and it's spraying all over the place, you know that he isn't. And you can say to him, hey, you aren't tracking the puck. And every goalie knows what that means, right? You need to follow it. You're not finding it. And I get that there are screens and there's traffic that where you can't see what's going on. But tracking is also putting it together and figuring out, hey, the puck, I see the puck here, I lose it for a second, and then I find it again. And as a coach, you should make your goalies, you should at least evaluate them on how well they are going after the puck with their direct vision and see how their control is with their saves.
Excellent. And then also probably, especially in a practice environment, you can really have a lot of observation on the rebound controlling.
Absolutely. And this is in practice and in games. I mean, if you do it in practice, like, you can just stand there and look and see how they react. You know, stand right next to them. And then a lot of times, too, you'll see the goalies at the other end, and you can watch them, and you'll just see how they react. You can catch, even if you're standing right next to the goalie, he's going to be working his ass off, and then you can look down there and then see how he's reacting, or if he's going after it, or if he's honoring the practice in terms of treating it like it's a game. If they go into blocking mode where they're just standing there and hoping, that's not good enough. You have to be able to read and react and control nonstop, and that's where the head coach can say something and make that goalie accountable 100% of the time. Now, I get when they're warming up and they're taking shots and you're just getting into the practice. I'm not saying you got to leave your feet every single time, but once they get past that point, any game situation that you create in practice, that goalie needs to honor it in that way. And if he's not doing it, you need to make him accountable.
Yeah, no, and that's great. And that goes, it's basically, it's the reverse of, a lot of coaches, a lot of head coaches, they always emphasize to their shooters, don't take a shot for granted when they come in, right? Shoot that thing like you're ready to score. Honor the fact that you have a scoring opportunity. So now we're just taking the reverse of that and saying, honor the fact that you have the opportunity to make the save and to make the save the right way. And so that's good piece there, is just creating that accountability.
So yesterday I talked to a local coach, and he said to me, it was something very interesting. I don't care how he makes a save as long as he's making the save. And I agree with that. And the way to do that is to make again, the word accountable, make everyone accountable for doing that, is focusing on that ability to track it. Again, tracking the puck will create consistency on how you attack each different situation. If a certain situation, he does something different, like on a backdoor play where he dives one time or he's doing a full split, you can tell he's probably not tracking the puck well, or he's tracking it late. And that's a huge point where you can figure out whether the kid is really dialed in or not. So for me, the coaches have a responsibility to make that happen with their goalies.
Excellent. Econ, as always, great stuff, and this is great content, especially for guys like myself who we're not goalie guys, but we're interested in the position. We want to integrate them better into our practices, into our language, and into our team. And so, like, this is great perspective for me, and I know you're probably enlightening a lot of coaches out there besides just myself. So, thanks again for your time, Econ. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Yep, thanks. Have a good one.